Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're taking a look at June launches. Now, we are halfway through June at the time of making this. Didn't have any massive releases at the start of June. So we've got one confirmed release that's going to be a pretty decent size one for June. Besides that, games are being very tight-lipped about their release dates until really close to the actual dates. So with the rest of this video, I wanted to look at games to keep on your radar to hopefully have announcements, which I will cover as soon as they do any announcements. So let's get into it. Before we get into it, guys, I've got to give Amazon a big shout out for sponsoring this video. Now, if you click the link in the description, it will take you to this page. And this is for the Amazon App Store, which if you don't know, you can install the App Store on your phone and you can buy Amazon coins and exchange those Amazon coins for in-game purchases at a discount. Now, this promotion we are running is for the US and for Illusion Connect. However, they have many more games on the App Store and you can always change your region by clicking in this flag here and changing the region. As we scroll down, you can see the conversion rates for coins to dollars. Now, if you do go ahead and buy 10,000 Amazon coins for $82, that is going to give you in-game value of $100, meaning you've essentially saved $18 on your purchase. You can then go into your app and exchange that for $100 worth of in-app purchases. And if you're looking for how to install the App Store, they do have instructions right here and a download link. But if you're still struggling, I've made a video on my channel, which I'll leave linked in the description, which will show you how to actually install it with me walking you through it. So to all the OGs who joined me back in Illusion Connect and anyone playing other gacha games that might be on the App Store, jump in, take a look, because you're essentially just saving money on the packs you would have been buying anyway, and hopefully they can keep rolling this out to more games so more people can get discounts. But once again, a big shout out to Amazon for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into the content. First up, we have Alchemy Stars. Now, this is the one that we do have confirmed releasing on the 17th, which is only a couple days away at the time of recording this. It's there. They've also confirmed that you can jump into the Discord, all that good stuff. Now, they do have a web pre-registration event going on where you can... It's really weird. There's two different versions. They must have had issues with the US or something, because there's a US version and like a global version, and the global version has a pre-registration event where you can sort of do online summons, and then when you bind your account, you get whatever character you had there to take across. But this one, PvE, as you can see, we've got this grid-based system with the 4 colors. There's going to be 4 elements. You've got fire, water, I think it's earth and lightning, and it's just, you know, makes up an elemental system. And you have the different colored squares, and you've got units that can change the colors of the squares. You've got healers, you've got damage dealers, and you basically track along the squares. And the more of your colored squares that join up, the further you can move, and the extra bonuses you can get is the basics behind combat. Now, there is a lot more to the game than that, but that is the basic combat format. As you can see, this one looks sick with the train running through. Then on the right-hand side here, you have characters which have abilities with cooldowns, so after a certain amount of turns, you can go ahead and use those as well. There's a lot of different stuff in this one, and I'm really keen to see how it goes. Now, if we jump in here and have a quick look, we can actually see some combat. Let's get that a bit bigger. And it actually looks pretty clean. And like I said, the 2D arts are quite nice. They've got like different animated 2D arts for awaken once you like ascend the characters and when they're not ascended. But as you can see, you move around, you join the squares, and then when you run past someone, you'll attack them, deal damage, and then you'll end up at the spot. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of good strategy in this one, because you don't want to, you know, run around too many squares that you put yourself in a position where you can't then defend and stuff like that. But a really nice game coming, like I said, in a couple days' time on the 17th. So I'll definitely be there day one with some first impressions and probably a reroll guide. The other thing that I do like about this game is that there is no Korean, Chinese, Japanese version. There's nothing. So we just get to play the game without going, okay, guys, this is the roadmap of where you've got to go. You've got to save for this hero, move on to that. That is what I absolutely love more than anything about this game, is that we just get to play it and we don't have to worry. There's no PvP, so you can be one of those real waifu over meta games, and it should be a bit of fun. Next up, we have Rage of Destiny. Now, I covered this in last month's videos because I wasn't sure if it was going to release. It is now now on the Apple Store with a date of the 30th of June. Now, these are always preliminary dates, not confirmed, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, this one isn't like a big title that there's a lot of hype about at all. It's just one that really interests me, and I just thought it might interest some people because I like games that have this sort of aesthetic in a very anime waifu-based gacha scene at the moment. It's always nice to have some of these type of games with this aesthetic to break it up. And this one, to me, I wasn't too sure what it was going to be, but when you watch this trailer, I think it's definitely going to be like an idle game, kind of like AFK Arena, where it's, when we get into combat, I'll actually pause it and show you what I'm talking about. So some pretty cool character designs nonetheless, like really cool designs. I love this sort of stuff. But as you can see here, they're fighting. They do have the energy bar, and down the bottom right, you can see you don't see any abilities. You've just got the characters' heads with basically there, and you can see their energy bars on them. And basically, I'm tipping it's going to be that idle style, which I personally do enjoy. I know a lot of people don't like idle games. I really do enjoy them because they're very time friendly and let you like spend your time grinding it out in another game that requires grinding. But yeah, it just looks like autoplay with an ultimate castable ability, and that looks like the way the combat is going to function. Same thing here. And then we've obviously got a boss fight here where, you know, it's doing the same thing. They're just doing their basic attacks, and then you can queue an ultimate like this. It looks really clean. So like I said, idle, which I'm personally a big fan of, combined with a really cool aesthetic. I'm keen to see how that one goes, but not too much else known about it by me really. So I'm just going to wait and see. I'm definitely going to give it a look, and I'll probably do a first impressions when it comes out and let you guys know in case anyone's interested. But that's looking like the 30th of June. And now we're getting on to those games that I just want you guys to keep on your radar in case you're interested, because this, for instance, Near Reincarnation is slated for November 6th on the App Store. This is one of those games that I think is going to be much earlier than that. I don't know an exact date. It might not be June. It might be July or August or something like that. But I think November's a bit late. It's starting to ramp up a little bit. So I'm anticipating in the next 3 months we should get this game. Now, this one's very interesting to me. I've done, I think, 1 or 2 videos on the channel talking about it. It's one of those ones where I think if you're a big Nier fan, you're going to get some enjoyment out of it. But I feel like it's the people that have got to be gacha fans and Nier fans that are going to be like the core audience for it. I feel like if you've never played a gacha before, you're probably not going to enjoy it despite the IP. But we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, it could be really impressive when it does drop. They might make some changes from the JP version. We'll have to wait and see, but just keep that one on your radar if you are interested in it. And the final one that we do have is Punishing Grey Raven. So this one here is, this is sort of, for me, this is like my most anticipated game for the year, and I cannot wait for it to come. Now, I don't think the release is going to be in June. They are meant to be having so they've had an Android beta. They're meant to be having an iOS beta. So keep an eye out on their Twitter. They're pretty active on their Twitter, and they're pretty good socially. They've got a really nice Discord and stuff like that as well. So keep an eye out, because Punishing Grey Raven, not the actual release, but they're going to should have an iOS beta if you want to get into that. And then hopefully not too long after that, we do get an actual full release of the game. Like I said, this is probably my most anticipated game of the year that I know is coming this year. So really keen to see this one come out, because even though I'm playing on the Taiwanese version, it's just so much easier when everything's in English and you can just play it easily. So Punishing Grey Raven, definitely keep an eye out. If you haven't heard of it, keep it on your radar. Mad RPG, action RPG. That just really cool combat. It's got really nice combat. Unfortunately, there's not too many images here. I'll leave a link in the description to one of my videos with it. But amazing game. But anyway, that does cover it. Alchemy Stars in a couple days is the first big one that I do see coming. And then after that, I'm really hanging out for Punishing Grey Raven. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.